Good afternoon, Coach. Good to see you.
Hi, how are you? Thanks for having us once again.
Yes, welcome to HSBN Media Days. Coach, introduce yourself and the players that you have here and give us a preview of this upcoming season.
My name's Jason Hamilton. I'm the head coach at Cardinal Gibbons High School. To my far left is Aaron Pankratz. He's our senior catcher. Right here is our senior outfielder, Tug Hollinsworth. Cole Cozzolino is our senior left-handed pitcher. And to my far right is Mike Vasquez, our senior shortstop. As far as the year's concerned, I always get asked, for the past 27 years, how are you going to be? How's your team going to be? And I've learned over the years, really, not to answer that right away, because after being in it for so long, sometimes you think you have a really good team and you lose the first game of the district and your season's over with, and you think you have a so-so team or an average team, and that's the team that makes a run for you. So it's kind of hard to say that right now after all these years. There's kind of a running joke in our program that we always say that we're going to be average to good. But honestly, our kids, and we had this talk with our kids the other day, they go to Cardinal Gibbons High School. Traditionally, since 1961, we've had a very good baseball program. There's high expectations with our program. So to say that we're not going to be good or say that we're going to be average just isn't really in our DNA over within our program. So we had a great run last year. I would say that over the last 3 or 4 years in our program, luck hasn't really been on our side. In 2019, we were in the state championship game and lost in extra innings. In 2020, we thought that was going to be one of our best teams in school history, and COVID cut that short. 2021, we had a COVID incident in the last week of our season, and I had to bring my JV team to play the first district game. And then last year, we had a great run at the end. We got to a regional semifinal, and we ran into a really good team called Island Coast that we never heard of before that ended up being the state champion. So I would say luck has not been on our side the last couple of years, but we're looking to change that here this year with another blue-collar crew, a crew that is selfless, a crew that is going to play good defense. We are a little injured on the mound to start with, but we have a lot of guys that have experience that are willing to step up and, just continue on the great legacy that's Cardinal Gibbons baseball.
Coach, you mentioned that Island Coast game last year. I think that's the last time I saw all of you. For the players, I was there after the game. It was obviously emotional. What did you guys take away from that you are bringing into this season?
We just don't want to lose. There's an expectation to win, and we all remember May 14th and that it was not a fun day for us or this program. Not a single coach or a single player enjoyed that. And we really just want to, me personally, I just want to see if we can get past May 14th and if we can take it all the way, because that's just a big milestone for me.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was a hard one. We saw all of our guys. After that game, all of them had tears on their face. It was hard to watch, but it was a fun run. That was probably the most fun I've had in a high school baseball season. It was a bunch of great dudes. Loved my guys. Just fun team all around.
Coach, last year whenever we talked, I think something that always came up was your seniors. You had a big senior class and you trusted them and stuff like that. Tell me about this year's seniors. What is, they're both obviously good groups of kids, but what's the big difference, or is there not?
I was taught a long time ago by my high school coach, Tom Heisel, that seniors are put on the earth to win you baseball games. And last year we had a senior-laden team. A lot of those kids were in our program. All of them were in our program for a very long time. Bought into the program. This senior class is no different as far as DNA. Blue-collar bunch, hard-working bunch. Play for, not just what's on the back of their shirt, their last name, but love to play for what's on the front of their shirt. We take a lot of pride and tradition in our school and love playing for our school, which is really no different. If there was one difference, I think there were more seniors last year than this year. We had a big senior class. But as far as the DNA and how these kids are cut, and the guys to my right and left and the rest of them, they're no different than those guys. They're selfless and they want to win and they want to uphold the great tradition that is ours over in our program at Cardinal Gibbons.
You guys just talk a little bit about what it's like stepping into that role. Obviously, you guys were upperclassmen last year, the leaders of the team, but you had seniors ahead of you. So now you're in the big position, right? Coach says you are the ones that is going to win your ball game. So what's that mean to you?
Well, I think for me, especially as a second year player in the program, just learning last year, seeing a lot of my good buddies that were seniors lead and pretty much take us all as high as we could go, it really taught me the culture of this program. And now that I'm in that role, I take full responsibility for all the younger guys and bringing them up because I know that if we're not a united team this year, then we're only going to be as far as our weakest link. So we all need to step up this year and really take over like the seniors did a great job of last year.
Cole, you're a pitcher, correct?
Yes, sir.
And I know I saw you pitch a few times last year, and I always thought that when I saw you guys, that pitching and defense was the strength of your team. Now, you're obviously the senior this year. You're going to move a little bit up the ladder. What's it like to be, a leader on the mound?
I just do my best to lead by example. The way I conduct myself on and off the mound, I really hope to try and let it rub off on the guys and our staff. And there's a lot of lefties in our program, and a lot of them look to me for like pickoff moves, for pitch grips, for and really how they approach the mound, the mental aspect of it, and it's a lot of fun. And I love talking to the older guys, especially when I was a junior and a sophomore. We had a lot of dudes that I could pick brains of, and it's a lot of fun, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Coach, talk to me a little bit about the schedule. I mean, I know you're not one to ever put together a cupcake schedule. You want the kids to compete because, like you say, the end goal here is to go as far as you can, and you want them to have that experience. So, what do we have on the slate this year, and what are you looking forward to?
Well, we somewhat pride ourselves on playing one of the toughest schedules in the state. A lot of teams here. I mean, we're victims of circumstance. We play baseball in the state of Florida, so I mean, you're always going to have good teams that you play. Now that the state tournament, the way they set up the rankings and stuff, they go by strength of schedule. And you look at Cardinal Gibbons, we're always going to be right up there. We pride ourselves in that. We want to be prepared. One thing that we have to do as coaches is we want to make sure that our players are prepared on game day number one of that district. The first game of that district. And how do you get there? You don't get there by playing teams that a schedule that you're not going to have your kids prepared to play. We want to go to hostile environments. That's why we go 2 weeks from now. We open up in our classic games. We go to Pace every year. We want to play Matter Lakes. We want to play Pace at Pace. We want their fans getting on us. We want them to experience that. So when that first district game comes around, our kids have experienced every atmosphere and have played. Obviously, if you look at our schedule, some of the best teams, not just in the state of Florida, but teams that are best teams basically in the United States of America, and that happens probably once every other week, twice every other week, on our present schedule. So it's a challenge. But our goal is to have our kids prepared. And how are you going to do that? Well, you have to play the best of the best, and that's what we've always prided ourselves on.
Any other players, just talk about that schedule. How easy is it for you guys to lean into that? It's going to be a tough schedule. Do you welcome it?
Yeah, we welcome it. We always want to play the best of the best here. Florida's got the best competition here all around, and playing the best teams is the way you get better. When you play as an underdog to a lot of teams, you want to go out and beat them. You want to prove people wrong. So, going out and playing the best competition is the way to do that.
I want to talk about your park a little bit because honestly, it's one of the ones that I enjoy going to the most. I think you guys have a good presence. You work hard to put together a good product out on the field, not only just playing, but for the fans to watch as well. So, talk about the atmosphere and how that helps you guys in your home games.
It means everything. Especially to have our parents out there, and our parents are good friends with each other. We're friends with everybody, and so basically we're all just one big family. And to have all those people come out and support us twice a week, 3 times a week, whatever it is, it's a lot of fun, and I love talking to them, see how they're doing, see how life is going, and it means a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. All of our peers are out there, all of our school friends. Everyone's out there, our parents. It's just a super fun atmosphere. Got a nice field, nice everything, really. It's a blast. As
a program, it's important for us to make the kids understand that we do play at a very special place. It's taken care of. Brian Blanchard and his guys do a great job with our field. We don't take that for granted. We thank them every time we see them. We are very fortunate. When I was in high school, we were in charge of building everything and taking care of everything all the time. These kids are a little bit spoiled these days because Brian spoils us. But no, they still take a lot of pride in it. There's still rakes out there after every practice. There's still TAMPs out there. We still work, and we take a lot of pride in that as a high school program. So.
Coach, tell me a little bit about, you have your seniors here with the process of them looking at college and balancing their academics with on the field. Tell me a little bit about how the process has been with them, because they're, this is their last year here, but they're going on to other things. Tell Tell me about how that's.
Yeah, this is never fun for anybody. I am a teacher at Cardinal Gibbons. There's not a day that goes by this time of year where I see seniors in tears. It's never a good process for college and such. But I can go off last year's team, how we had 6 or 7 college players. Those guys were not big time D1 guys, not real sought after guys, but every one of them are playing college baseball right now. They decided to go to the junior college level and go to the small school level, and they're happy and they're playing and it's fun for them instead of going somewhere and sitting for a while. We have that same kind of crew this year where we're not going to have the big time Division I kid, but I think we have kids that understand that they want to play baseball, they're serious about it, they want to continue their education and play at the next level, and that means they're going to have to go to a smaller school, and sometimes you have to be patient with that. I guarantee you that these 4 guys that are in front of me and the seniors, if they want to play somewhere, there's a place for them to play, but at this point they just have to be a little more patient, and you're not going to get into your dream school if you want to play baseball. Those kids are pretty much already taken care of and scholarships are given. But I think that the kids that we have in our program, especially the ones that we have right now, are rational and they're realistic and they want to play, and hopefully they know that there's going to be a place for them. They just have to be patient, and it's not a fun process for anybody if you're just a student, but it's even worse for a student athlete. So give these guys a lot of credit for that and dealing with it. But if there's a place that they want to play, there's going to be a place for them to play.
One of the players want to comment on that, because I know there's younger kids watching this video and seeing any insight you want to give them.
The recruiting process is hard, but it's all about putting yourself out there and making the best for yourself, depending on if you want to go the baseball route, if you want to go the athletic route or the academic route. It's about finding a fit for you. I know all of us here aren't committed yet, but I know some of us are talking to colleges and stuff, but it's about finding what's right for you. So just being patient with it and going with whatever makes you feel best and where you'll get a chance to play and show yourself.
So Coach, sum it up for us here. What are we in store for Cardinal Gibbons this year?
I'm not real sure. The Cardinal Gibbons baseball is a mystery right now. I know for certain that we're going to show up on time. I know we're going to look good. We always look good. I know we're going to show up on time. I know we're going to be prepared. I know we're going to be prepared for everything that anybody is going to be thrown at us. I think you have to be patient with us a little bit from the start. We do have some injuries there with arms and such, but it's nothing that we can't overcome. I'm looking forward to seeing guys step up that we pretty much were not counting on early. I think that if you're going to get us early because come April or May, just like any Cardinal Gibbons team that I've ever coached, we're going to be playing our best baseball during that time. We're going to be prepared, and we're ready to go win that first game of the district and see if we can get past that and move on and make a run in the playoffs like we plan to always do.
Awesome. Well, thank you for being here today, and we wish you the best of luck this season, and we'll see you on the field.
All right, thanks for everything.